Whether you take 10 bookings or 1,000 bookings every month at your community venue, the thing that can drain a lot of time is taking payments, issuing receipts, credit notes, refunds, and even worse when things go wrong, amending all of those things, creating credit notes. All of those tasks can take up a lot of time. So, what we've done at Space to Co is work with community venues to completely reinvent these processes so that you can put all of those things on a big list of things that you don't need to do anymore. So, what I'm going to do is just quickly take you through each of these things and show how that process works on Space to Co to be either automated or taken out of your hands. And I'll also show you something at the very end that is going to completely change the way that your finances are managed at your community venue, that will make it so much easier to run those monthly reports and really understand the revenue that your centre is generating and make your accountant super happy. So let's start at the top, taking payments. So when a customer makes a casual booking at your venue, this is when they pay up front. And so before you even get this booking, we've taken their payment details and we've done a check to make sure that the funds are sufficient on the customer's card so that when you choose to accept that booking, the payment is taken automatically. And even better than that, not only has the payment been taken from their card, the receipt has also been sent, so you don't need to create that either. So if we go and have a look at some recent bookings, we can always see the transactional history of what's happened with a particular customer. So here we can see that payment was taken and here's their receipt. And this is a full tax receipt. It has all the details and the customers emailed this and can also go and collect it from their own bookings dashboard as well. Or it's super, super easy to resend it just from this booking. So that is crossing off taking payments and issuing receipts. Let's have a look at refunds. So refunds are just as simple. So if we want to go ahead and cancel this booking, all we need to do is select the refund amount and give a reason, and this amount will be given back to the customer's card. The transactional data will be updated, the receipt will be changed, and it's as easy as that. The money has gone back to the customer. So that makes refunds super easy. And for that reason, credit notes actually become a bit of a thing of the past. Most of the reasons why community venues deal with credit notes is because a booking has happened that was paid for, but then it didn't happen, or someone has given you money for something that never actually needed to be paid for. But because cancellations and refunds are so easy and a customer can actually self-cancel and be refunded for their bookings as long as it's within your policy, the frequency of credit notes is much, much lower. However, if you do need to generate a credit note, that's really, really easy to do through discount codes. So all you do is create a discount code that's bespoke for that customer, that is of the value that you want to give them for a future booking, and that can be done really easily here. So that's credit notes. Invoices are also very, very easy. So invoices are used for regular hirers. So these are people that have bookings week in, week out at your venue, and their bookings are put in for the next year, 2 years, 3 years in advance. And each month, the invoice generates based on what's actually happened. So if there have been cancellations, changes, it's all done from the same system. So these invoices are super accurate. So if we go and have a look here for the invoices for this guest, you can see that each month the invoice generated and has all the details the customer needs to approve that invoice and know that they have been charged the correct amount. So if there had been a cancellation, that would appear here as well. We can see every single detail of the bookings broken down by room with all of the GST information. So once the customer has been issued the invoice, the payment collection is also automated, because when the customer signed up to become a regular hirer at your venue on Space to Co, they also gave us their payment details. And that means around about the 15th of the month, they are charged just like a phone bill for the invoice that was issued. And so that means that we're also automating payment collection as well. So if we go back to our list, this means that we have been able to take away creating invoices, and you no longer need to chase payment because that comes through each month as well. So all of this builds to the biggest time saver of using Space2Co, which is actually how you receive your revenue payment and you reconcile that in your financial accounting system. So to recap, because we've taken payment in advance for all your casual bookings, and because we've already collected payment each month for your regular bookings, what this means is every month we can send you one lump sum into your bank account for all of your monthly casual and regular bookings revenue. And we do this with a big load of receipts and reports and CSV files that break this down so that when you reconcile this one amount in your accounting system, it's really, really clear what it's for. So, for example, if your revenue is broken down by different spaces in your facility, the report will automatically tell you exactly how much revenue came from each space, what the GST component is, so that when it comes to that monthly reconciliation, instead of having to reconcile 20, 30, 40 different payments from your invoices, all you need to do is reconcile this one payment into those different income streams, and that's it, it's done. And there is an added hidden bonus of doing payments this way. So at the moment, if you're currently taking cash in for casual bookings that will happen in the future, or you're prepaying or pre-charging some of your regular hirers for their bookings, if anything happens to those bookings, you then have to pay that money back to them, which means that you're holding quite a lot of cash liability in your bank accounts. And it's not necessarily clear what money is money that can be spent or money that may be at risk of being refunded if there is a cancellation, particularly as things are changing a lot due to COVID or other reasons why things might get cancelled. What this does is every time you receive a payment once a month from Space2Co, that is money that can be spent because anything that's happened with those bookings has already been refunded or gone back to the customer. This is money that's earned, and this vastly simplifies your cash management processes. So if we quickly go back to our list, we can cross off account reconciliation, and you can just see how much simpler it is to manage payments and finances at your community venue because so many of these tasks have been taken off your to-do list. And what this will hopefully do is free up your time, your team's time, to spend time on those projects that will really help grow your venue's impact in community rather than dealing with these repetitive, boring payments tasks that just suck everyone's time, but you still get all the upside of getting that revenue in your bank account every month. Please explore other videos of how Space2Co can help make it easier to manage payments and bookings at your facility.